Hello, I'm your host, Hugo Alejandro Pedrosa. Last time you learned about work schedules. Today, you will learn about safety and safety procedures on the job. Safety is important when you work with machines. Also, safety procedures are important for handling emergencies like fires and earthquakes. Usually, your boss or coworkers will give you safety instructions for handling equipment and rules for handling emergencies. Let's watch Maria give Joaquin safety instructions at the legal clinic. What kind of drill is going on at the office? Is it a good idea to take the elevator when there is a fire or an earthquake? Watch and listen.
All right, everybody back to work.
Now I know why Jose liked this job so much. Do you guys get a lot of earthquake drills?
Don't be silly, Joaquin. The next time it could be a real emergency. You know, I'm worried about Jose. He really liked this job, and he left so quickly. His mother must be really sick.
Well, my uncle, Mr. Novella, said that Jose might be gone for several weeks. I'm pretty sure he'll call and let us know how things are going.
You're right. But since you're going to be here for a while, I should show you the other office safety procedures.
Like what?
In case of a fire or an earthquake, always take the stairs. Don't ever take the elevator.
What, are you kidding? The elevator's much quicker.
Yes, but it could be broken or the power could be out. And then you'll get stuck.
Oh, I understand. What else?
Here's where we keep the fire extinguisher. There's one on every floor of the building. Come here, Joaquin, I'll show you. Do you know how to use it?
Oh, let me see.
Wait, let me explain first. You pull the safety pin out of the handle like this, and then you point the nozzle at the fire, and then you pull the handle. But don't ever pull out the safety pin unless there's a real emergency, because it'll let the pressure out.
Okay, so I leave the safety pin in here until I'm ready to use it, and then I put out the fire and save the whole building.
Not so fast, Superman. This is only for a small fire. If there's a big fire, you need to exit the building as quickly as possible using the stairs. And finally, this is the first aid kit, in case someone gets hurt.
Well, I can take care of myself.
But you're not the only one here. If someone gets cut or something, you need to know where the emergency supplies are.
And if you're in an emergency, Maria, I'll be the first one to help you.
Joaquin.
Hi, my name is Paul Young, and I'll be your teacher today. Let's answer a few questions about what we just saw. Where are Maria and Joaquin when you first see them? Right, they are under a desk. What kind of drill are they having? Yes, an earthquake drill. Who tells Joaquin the office safety procedures? Right, Maria does. If there's an earthquake or a fire, should you take the elevator? No, never take the elevator during an earthquake or a fire. Always take the stairs. What's this? It's a fire extinguisher. And what's this? It's the safety pin. Should you use a fire extinguisher during a big fire or for a fire that's out of control? No, you shouldn't. Whose job is it to put out that kind of a fire? Right, it's the fire department's job. Why is it important to know where the first aid kit is kept? Right, in case someone gets hurt. That way, you'll know where to find the emergency supplies. Safety is very important on all jobs, but on some jobs it is extremely important. When you work with dangerous chemicals, moving parts, or heavy equipment, you must know what to do and what not to do. Our friend Ara is a mechanic. He works with chemicals, moving parts, and heavy equipment. Watch Ed, Ara's boss, teach him the safe way to work. Listen carefully. What should Ara wear to protect his eyes? What kind of shoes should Ara wear to work?
Safety is the most important thing to remember when working here. Look at your hair. It's long. It could get caught in any moving parts.
Do I have to get a haircut?
No. But you do have to pull it back into a ponytail so it doesn't get caught in a fan or a belt or in anything. Any loose jewelry has to be taken off, too. Even baggy clothes can be dangerous.
So basically I have to be careful that nothing can get pulled into a machine?
Exactly. When you look up under the car, you have to protect your eyes. Hey, Ara! This is very hazardous.
You're right, somebody could trip over it.
Sometimes the smallest things can cause the biggest problems. Never stretch a cord or a hose across a walkway.
What if you need to use an extension cord?
Then make sure you get a long enough cord to run along the edge of the wall.
Okay.
Give me a hand with this. What if this fell?
This falls?
Think about it. I have steel-toed shoes on. How about you?
No, I only have these.
You must get steel-toed shoes. It's very easy for something heavy to fall on your feet. I'm sure there must be someone out there who'd be very sad if you got hurt.
Let's talk about what we just saw. Why is it important for Ara to put his hair into a ponytail? Right, so it won't get caught in the machinery. What other things are dangerous to wear? Yes, jewelry and baggy clothes can be dangerous too. Why? Because they can get caught in the machinery also. What should Ara wear to protect his eyes? Right, he should wear goggles. Is it a good idea to leave a cord or a hose stretched across the floor? No, it isn't, because somebody can trip over it. What kind of shoes does Ara need to get? Right, he needs to get steel-toed shoes. Why is it important for a mechanic to wear steel-toed shoes? That's right, to protect their feet. Who would be very sad if Ara got hurt? Yes, Maria would be very sad. Let's watch Ara learn more about safety. Listen to what Ed tells him. What happens when you get brake fluid in your eyes? Does Ara burn his hand? Watch and listen.
Okay, now, when you work with fluids or with any kind of chemicals, it's important to know what you're working with and how to work with it properly. Like say, we're going to bleed the brake fluid out of this system. The fluid's going to drain out through this bleeder tube, and we want to make sure that the rubber tube is on tightly so that the fluid all goes directly in the bottle. We don't get any spill. Hey, are you paying attention? This is important. You didn't hear a single thing I said.
Sure, you were talking about the brake fluid.
That's right, because you don't want to get brake fluid in your eyes. Why? Because otherwise it's no more looking at your sweetheart. No more looking at anything. Because if you get brake fluid in your eyes, you might go blind. So pay attention.
Could you repeat what you said about the brake fluid?
Sure. When you work with fluids or any kind of chemicals, know what you're working with and how to deal with it properly. Because you don't want to go blind. Got it?
Got it.
Always use a glove or a rag when you open a radiator cap.
I'm so embarrassed. I forgot that the radiator cap could get so hot.
I've known more than one mechanic who got burned that way. But don't be embarrassed. You have to be trained. That's why you're learning these things now.
There's so much to learn.
There is. And we have to work quickly, but also carefully. Always be patient. Safety first. I'll tell you, you got to be careful at any job.
I understand.
Let me give you an example. I have this friend who works at the post office. He picked up something heavy one day the wrong way. Now he has a bad back. He can't even work anymore. So do everybody a favor. For you, for me, for that friend.
Does Ara listen to Ed's instructions about the brakes? No, he doesn't. What happens if you get brake fluid in your eyes? Right, you can go blind. Is it safe or dangerous to work with chemicals you don't know? Yes, it's very dangerous. It's very important to know the chemicals you use on the job. Does Ara burn his hand on the radiator cap? Yes, he does. What should you use to remove a radiator cap? Right, gloves or a rag. If Ara doesn't know a safety procedure or forgets, should he ask questions? Yes, Ara should always ask questions. And what about you? When should you follow safety procedures on the job? Right, you should always follow safety procedures on the job. You're going to practice repeating safety instructions. Listen to Maria ask Joaquin safety questions. After you hear Joaquin say the safety procedure, you will have time to repeat it. If you need more time, you can always press the pause button. Let's watch and listen.
What do you do during an earthquake?
If there's an earthquake, go underneath the desk.
How do you get downstairs in case of a fire or an earthquake?
In case of an earthquake or a fire, take the stairs, don't use the elevators.
Where do we keep the fire extinguishers?
There's a fire extinguisher on every floor of the building.
How do you use the fire extinguisher?
Well, first you pull out slowly the safety pin like this.
Then what?
Then point the nozzle at the fire and press the handle.
When do you use a fire extinguisher?
Use the fire extinguisher on small fires. In case of a big fire, call the fire department.
What do we keep in the first aid kit?
It contains supplies that we need if somebody gets hurt.
Now try the same thing with Ara and Ed. After Ara answers Ed's safety question, you repeat it.
What's the most important thing to remember on the job?
Safety is the most important thing to remember on the job.
Why do you remove all loose jewelry before starting work?
I remove all loose jewelry to prevent it from getting tangled in the motor.
What do you need to wear to protect your eyes?
I need to wear a safety goggle to protect my eyes.
What should you never do with a cord or hose?
You should never stretch a cord or hose across a walkway.
Why do you need to wear steel-toed shoes?
We have to wear steel-toed shoes to protect our feet from falling objects.
When you're working with a fluid or with any chemical, what do you need to know?
You need to know what chemical you're using and how to handle it properly.
Why is brake fluid dangerous?
If you get it in your eye, you can go blind.
Why should you use a rag or glove to open a radiator cap?
If the cap's too hot, it can burn you.
What should you do if you don't know or you've forgotten what to do?
If I don't know something, it's always better to ask than to make a mistake.
Right, because a safety mistake could cost you your life.
Very good. Now we're going to practice repeating other safety procedures. After you hear our friends say a safety procedure, you will have time to repeat it.
If a customer has a heart attack, call 911 immediately.
If the floor is wet, be sure to put out the caution sign.
If someone gets a cut, use the band-aids and antiseptic from the first aid kit.
Do not stack any boxes in front of the emergency exit.
Always remember to turn off all the electric equipment before leaving for the night.
That was very good. Now you will have a chance to give our friends safety information they need to know. Someone will say something. You respond by choosing which safety procedure they should do next. Here's an example.
I'm on the 3rd floor, and there's a big fire.
You will see and hear 3 choices.
Take the stairs and exit the building.
Take the elevator. It's faster.
Stay there and try to fight the fire by yourself.
You say what is the best thing to do from a safety standpoint. You would say number 1, take the stairs and exit the building. Try it once more.
I'm in the middle of the room. An earthquake starts shaking the building. What do I do?
Stay where you are. Don't move.
Try to get outside as fast as possible.
Duck underneath a desk. It will help protect you if something falls.
A coworker just got a small cut on her finger and she's bleeding a little. I should?
Call 911. It's obviously a life or death emergency.
Go get a Band-Aid from the first aid kit and help her put it on.
Call a doctor and ask what to do.
I'm about to start working with some machinery. What should I do?
Make sure the machine is in the center of the room.
Take off your glasses.
Pull your hair back into a ponytail so it doesn't get caught in any moving parts.
I'm about to look under a car. What should I do?
Take off your glasses so you don't get them dirty.
Put on safety goggles to protect your eyes.
Put on a hat.
I'm about to lift some heavy objects. I should make sure that I
Wear steel-toed shoes to protect your feet from heavy objects falling on them.
Wear regular shoes.
Weigh the objects before moving them.
That was very good. Remember, if you need more practice, rewind the tape and repeat the exercises. Tashomi is having some problems at his new job. Problems following safety procedures. Let's watch Tashomi. Can you spot what safety procedures Tashomi is forgetting? Pay close attention. Does Mr. Reynolds give Tashomi a second chance? Watch and listen. Afterwards, be ready to write down some of the things Tashomi must do to do his job safely.
What was that? Show me, are you okay?
Yes, Mr. Reynolds. Are you okay?
This floor is wet. I nearly broke my neck. Why didn't you put out the warning sign?
I'm sorry, I forgot.
What is that awful smell?
The cleaning stuff.
Well, what are you using?
This stuff. I didn't know which to use, so I mixed them together.
You can't mix ammonia and bleach together. It's dangerous. Come on, let's get rid of this stuff. Did you leave this cleaner by the food?
I must have. I was helping Sonia clean the kitchen. She said I needed to keep it clean.
If a health inspector came in, we'd be shut down.
I'm sorry. About the chairs, the wet floors, and the cleaning solution.
Look, I know you're Jose's friend, but I'm afraid this isn't working out.
I didn't mean to.
Look, Tashomi, I know you didn't mean to, but this is a restaurant, and we have to be very careful. We have to take precautions to protect ourselves and our customers. Look, when you took this job, I told you, this is a small place and we all have to help each other. We have to do different jobs like cleaning and making coffee, but we have to do it safely.
Please, Mr. Reynolds, I like working here. Give me one more chance.
Okay, but I want you to read the safety manuals and look over the charts out back.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Did Tashomi forget to stack his chairs correctly? Yes, he did. Who slipped on the floor? Right, Mr. Reynolds did. Is it safe to mix bleach with ammonia? No, it isn't. Is it a good idea to leave cleaning fluid next to food? No, it isn't. Does Mr. Reynolds give Tashomi a second chance? Yes, he does. You're going to help Tashomi make a list for Mr. Reynolds. Rewind the tape and watch this section again. Look for 3 things Tashomi did wrong. List these on one side of your paper. Then on the other side, list what Tashomi should do next time. Here's an example.
Thank you for taking the time to learn with us. Let's review. Today, you learn about safety and safety procedures on the job. Next time, you will learn how to follow more complicated directions on the job. Until then, keep putting English to work.